Well, I thought, why not bring it home some more? So this comes from my own local paper, the Barnsley Chronicle, and it is Brexit fuels hate crimes. Does this surprise anyone? No, because this has been on many people's radar. We've certainly talked about this before on this channel, that this is an increasing problem. So, uncertainty about Britain's exit from the European Union has resulted in a 5-fold increase in racially aggravated hate crime in Barnsley, according to the police police bosses, in town. According to statistics, reported crimes in Barnsley averaged between 200 and 250 per year since 2012. Figures thought to be low due to victims' resistance to report incidents, although police recorded a marked rise in the last year. The ongoing Brexit saga has been identified as a cause by bosses of the Hate Crime Prevention Unit, spearheaded by the Superintendent Sarah Pullman, who is responsible for local policing in Barnsley. We are continuing to monitor and record all reports of hate crime, a report said. The uncertainty surrounding Brexit is an area where we are unsure of the impact this will have on the racial hate crime as levels going forward. There were some spikes in hate crime noticed after the previous Brexit announcements. Working closely with our partners, we have established a hate crime security panel with the aim of ensuring community representatives have the opportunity to review investigations, identify good practices, and raise matters where there are concerns regarding the way in which the investigations were carried out. This will enable us to continually improve the manner in which we deal with hate crimes, leading to an improved service to local communities. There are now 7 third-party reporting centres in Barnsley, with police are working alongside to help residents who have been targeted. Now, why is this? Well, we have in Barnsley a large Polish community. Many communities do. Now, it's not a problem. Unfortunately, it is for some people, but there you go. And I know some people in these communities, and they all, unfortunately, have stories of hate crime incidents where they've been racially abused, physically abused, and it's all too common when you're speaking to people in these communities, and it's really distressing to hear some of the stuff, especially when it happens in primary schools. Some of them, especially some of the parents who, bear in mind, the 2 people that I know, one's a 2nd generation Pole and the other's, she's a 3rd generation. So they were both born in the UK. The 2nd generation knows Polish fluently because he goes back there to visit his family very often. He just happens to know it. And for the 3rd one, she knows a little bit of Polish, but she can't have a full conversation in Polish. But they've still been racially abused because of their partners, because of who they know, because they're part of that community. And it's really distressing when you know someone who's been through this. It comes after the Barnsley Community Safety Partnership, which is made up of the Council, Fire, Police, Health Service and NHS and Barnsley Homes, began working on hate crime in 2004 before a police-led campaign, Hate Hurts, was recently relaunched. Pullman said that we want to know about hate crime so that the police and our partners are better able to tackle all of its forms. We are aware that it is still underreported, and for us to be able to continue to take action, we need both victims and witnesses to report it. I would like to assure everyone that we will take all reports seriously, and we will do our best to support you and others that may be affected by this. The Hate Hurts campaign highlights how crime makes people feel and relates that no one should have to live with fear, anxiety or consequences of hate. This is what I've been talking about all along. There you go. I would like to urge anyone, whether you are a victim or a witness, to report it. It will help us put a stop to it. And there you go. Doesn't surprise me, hate crime's on the rise, and it's more shocking, again, back in my town, that it's there. But again, there is a large Polish community, and unfortunately, they have been the victims of, you know, a consistent effort of hate crime in this community because, surprise, surprise, not only is UKIP active in this area, the Brexit Party also active in this area, as well as an offshoot called the Veterans and Democracy Party. I think that's the full name. It's the Veterans and Something Party, an offshoot of Brexit. Well, not the Brexit Party, but the UKIP Party. Yeah, doesn't surprise me at all, given the level of, you know, just general racism, unfortunately, in this town, and it's saddening and it's heartening to at least know there is a proper campaign now started. We'll see where it goes. We'll see if these figures drop, but it'll be until next year before we get any sort of figures. But think about that: 200 and 250 reports. That's quite high, and that in itself is quite distressing.